I want to talk about muscles and why we need to stretch them. So I'm pretty sure none of us have the aspirations of, doing the splits. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't think it's number one on your list. Or, doing a leg hold up over our heads. So why are we stretching? As we get older, our muscles aren't used quite as much. When you're younger, you're moving places and things you never even think about. But when we get older, these muscles, they need to be stretched. If not, they're going to shrink a little bit. And then you notice when you get up, oh, that's kind of painful. Or we bend over to get something. Oh, that kind of hurts. Well, pretty soon if we don't stretch them, they don't stretch anymore. And then we have mobility problems. And that's not what we want. So stretching, even at our age, is really important. Again, we don't need to have the goal of putting our leg over our head, but we need to stretch our muscles. So let's talk about how to do that and why it's so important. When we say warm up your muscles, picture a rubber band, and you take that rubber band and you put it in your freezer. And then you take the rubber band out and you try to stretch it. That is probably not going to go well for the rubber band. Same thing for our muscles. So when we say warm them up, think of them like a lot of rubber bands, okay? And they need blood flow and oxygen to help them. That's how we warm them up. So that's why before we do anything, we always breathe and get that oxygen going. We get some cardio going. Cardio is important because it helps our heart, right? So we know why we do cardio. And it helps our lungs, and it helps strengthen the muscle tissue around them. But all those other muscles need our help. And we should do it even little bits every day. It's going to hurt a little bit to start with. But remember, muscles have a memory. So again, picture that rubber band, and it's stretching out. We've warmed it up now. The blood's flowing, the oxygen's flowing around it. It's ready to stretch. We want to pull it a little bit and then wait there. And this is when I talk to you about having a conversation with your muscles. Instead of going, oh, that hurts, and thinking about that little twinge of pain, climb inside that muscle. Picture where it is. Picture it stretching. Have a conversation with it. Breathe life into it. And then pretty soon it's not going to hurt so much. Now it has a memory and it's going to remember that. We always wait a minimum of 10 seconds. If you go out and you pull that muscle, then you go, oh, that hurts, and you pull it back in, you did nothing. That pain was for naught. So we want to pull that muscle out and hold it and wait. Pretty soon you'll go, oh, okay, this is what she wants me to do. I get it. And then you go a little bit further. And then that muscle goes, oh, she wants me to go this far. Okay, I can do that. And you keep breathing and you keep warming it up and making it ready so it can do this. And then you wait at least 10 seconds, 20, 30 seconds, even better. And pretty soon that muscle memory remembers. And then you come back and you visit it. You visit it again, maybe 3 or 4 times in that repetition. And you come back and visit it the next day. And pretty soon your muscle knows this is where you want it to go. And pretty soon you have long, beautiful, stretched muscles that are healthy and strong. So here's a couple other reasons why we really need to stretch. Especially our sciatics and some of the things in our back. Oh my goodness, back, we get a lot of backache, right? Sciatics start acting up. Instead of running to that medicine cabinet and getting that ibuprofen or that Aleve, first of all, start with stretching. Okay? And I promise you that 90% of the time, you won't need that. Every so often, yes, it helps. But I want you to start with this. And I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want you to pull the muscle. So promise me that you'll always stretch it, always have a conversation with it, and stretch it and hold it, and get that muscle to remember. And then keep visiting it so that it keeps remembering. And then test it further. Take your time. Take your time until you get it where you want. The other reason, so we have 2 reasons. Number 1, we want them to stretch. We have nice mobility. Number 2, get rid of pain without medication. And the third one, I'm telling you, when you are flexible, When you have flexibility, when you know you can go straight down to the floor and pick something up, or you can reach really far, or your back is stretched and you feel lifted, you feel very empowered. And that is something that money can't buy. And you feel so much more self-confident in everything you do, just your daily life. Again, why not do that? With a little stretching every day, that's what you're going to get. So, enjoy those muscles. Learn to have a conversation with them. You talk to it and you listen to it. It's going to tell you, I think I'm here. This is as far as I can go today. And so you hold it there. All right? Enjoy those muscles and take good care of them. So I want to give you a quick demonstration on what I mean by having a conversation with your muscles. I know that sounds a little crazy, but let me demonstrate. So let's just take one leg at a time. So as you're stretching, you have three main muscle groups you're working on. The glute back here, the hamstring, and the Achilles. So as you bend forward, now remember, you've already warmed them up, which means they've got oxygen flowing and blood flowing around them, and they're ready to stretch. They didn't just come out of the freezer. So you're going to bend forward and you're going to say, oh, okay, I feel that my glute right here. So maybe we wait here. And we feel that, and we kind of climb inside, and we breathe, and then pretty soon we don't feel it at all. And we go, okay, I think I can go further. So you tell the muscle, we're going further. And you stretch it a little bit further, and the muscle stretches further. And now you're having a conversation. You're asking it to remember, and then you're listening. And once it doesn't hurt anymore, it's remembered. That's a conversation. And then you go to the next muscle and do the same thing, and then all the way down. When I pull my heel back, I feel that Achilles, and I feel that. So I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to have a conversation with my Achilles. So learn to trust your muscles, learn which one you're using and what it does, and have that conversation. Keep it warmed up. Pretty soon, now I'm having a conversation with my Achilles, and I'm saying, okay, you're okay. We're going to go right here. That feels pretty good. And go a little bit further. I'm going to wait a minimum of 10 seconds. And pretty soon my muscle's going to say, I've got it. I remember. And then I can go a little bit further. And then I'm going to wait until it tells me it remembers. So that's what I mean by having a conversation with your muscles. Learn what muscle does what and talk to it. And pretty soon, guess what? You're in control of your entire body. And I promise you, the self-confidence and the empowerment that it gives you is irreplaceable. Take care of those golden hearts.